I'm Grace Hecht, and I'm running for the Arizona House and Legislative District 30 because this community is home. Let's talk about Kingman. Public safety and law enforcement is very important in every community. I was born in Bullhead City and the first council member from here to serve my hometown. My family's business has been here for 25 years, and I built Make Bullhead Better. I'm a mom of two. Sorry, I might be there. And I have already done the job on city council. I fought for balanced budget and safe neighborhoods.
Hi, this is Rich Letman, and I'm running for District 2 Supervisor here in Mohave County, representing Bullhead City. And I'm calling you out, Grace Hecht. I've seen some of the dirty campaigning and gutter politics about me that you've put out there, and I'm tired of it, and so is our community. Bullhead City doesn't deserve this kind of negative campaigning.
Did you see that stupid video that was put out by candidate Grace Hecht? Well, something isn't right in the LD30 House race, and voters deserve to stop and take a hard look. We're being asked to believe that Grace Hecht's campaign sign just happened to be removed directly in front of a fire station, and to boot, under surveillance cameras, with footage capturing the entire event from start to finish. Please. What makes no sense at all is that the so-called criminal took their time. He did it while out in the open, in front of traffic, and walked the sign to a vehicle at a slow pace and drove off without a single interruption. We're talking about right in front of the fire station, while someone who was behind the camera was panning back and forth, recording the entire thing without going outside and asking what's up. We're talking about firemen. No one stepped outside, no one said a word, and we're supposed to accept that as normal? Now check this out. 2 days before this horrible thing happened to poor Grace, another candidate, Catherine Lopez Rajanimi, spoke out about Grace Hecht's criminal partner, David Rose the felon.
I don't get it. You know, I'm watching people support a candidate that I'm running against because I'm at home of 49 years. And this, like I said, this is going to make people mad. But the person is a felon in multiple states. It's bad. Multiple felonies, multiple states. And I've been working since I was 17 years old, but nobody will ask this candidate, what have you done for a living?
Who's also running for LD30 in the county. And Rajanimi is getting a lot of attention for speaking out and asking questions about why David Rose has never had a job, but seems to be a very wealthy man. And right before this all happened, Rajanimi was not allowed into a debate that Grace Hecht allegedly put together herself with the Arizona clean elections. The moderator claimed Rajanimi chose not to attend, but that is not true.
The fifth candidate, Catherine Lopez Rajanimi, chose not to be here tonight.
No, that is not true. I tried to click in the link. I was unable to get in, and I tried to reach out to them via phone on 2 different lines and also emailed and was unable to get anybody to help me sign in. I had technical difficulties.
Rajanimi's attempts to join in were rejected. She was not allowed in after several attempts. She was reportedly unable to access that debate that every other candidate participated in. She was locked out of the very opportunity meant to give voters a fair comparison of candidates.
My name is Grace Hecht, and I am running for the Arizona House of Representatives for District 30.
So voters need to ask themselves, how many coincidences does it take before you start questioning the system? What is going on with Grace Hecht and David Rose? Grace labeled this dude a criminal, but isn't her team member David Rose a criminal? By the way, was Grace ever called out as a dirty politician who uses dirty campaign tactics?
Hi, this is Rich Letman, and I'm running for District 2 Supervisor here in Mohave County, representing Bullhead City. And I'm calling you out, Grace Hecht. I've seen some of the dirty campaigning and gutter politics about me that you've put out there, and I'm tired of it, and so is our community. Bullhead City doesn't deserve this kind of negative campaigning.
And it doesn't stop there. People in the community are now raising concerns about Grace Hecht's judgment and the company she keeps. Questions have been raised about her association with fellow criminal candidate David Michael Rose, a figure with a very controversial background. David Rose is a felon, a criminal, and no less a used car salesman to boot.
The hardest part of my life is I grew up in a broken home and later ended up, when I turned 18, in legal trouble. In and out of jail, which eventually landed me into prison.
And I've been working since I was 17 years old, but nobody will ask this candidate, what have you done for a living?
Listen, folks, one thing is clear. Leadership is about choices, and who you choose to align with matters. And it doesn't stop there, because there's the issue of priorities. In this weird video where some random dude takes Grace Hecht's sign, we are seeing calls for police action over a useless sign. But when it comes to policies involving background checks for individuals working around children, the urgency doesn't seem to bother Grace Hecht. How come? She's got 2 little daughters and uses her deceased son for sympathy. But background checks around other kids doesn't matter? Really? For many voters, that contradiction is impossible to ignore.
This specific bill primarily is about defining what a micro school is and requiring micro schools to run background checks and do fingerprints on anybody running or working at the micro school. Are those specific things that you would support or not?
I do not believe that we should mandate that these people have background checks. I'm a mom of 2. Sorry, I might be going. And I have already done the job on city council. I fought for balanced budget and safe neighborhoods.
But here's the kicker. How come Grace Hecht is involved with sex offenders? What is she getting out of it? She specifically lists that she approves of having sex offenders around her house. Her home address is listed on the form listing available sponsors of sex offenders. Why would Grace Hecht be involved with any sex offenders in Bullhead City, while at the same time rejecting the idea to force background checks on people who will be around children? Sadly and confusingly, Grace Hecht seems to not make any sense at all. Listen, this is bigger than one sign, bigger than one debate, bigger than one candidate. This is about truth, fairness, transparency, and accountability. Are you seeing a campaign that welcomes open dialogue and equal access, or one surrounded by questions, inconsistencies, selective concern, and stupidity? Don't these issues seem strange? Will the Bullhead City Police find the culprit who snatched Grace Hecht's stupid sign? Will there be a trial? Will he be conveniently caught? Is this a play on the people? A scam for more sympathy for Grace Hecht? It all seems so weird, doesn't it? Because elections aren't just about promises, they're about patterns. The questions are, was Rajanimi purposely kept out of that debate? And did Grace Hecht set up her own sign to be ripped off? Or was it in the way of traffic? Because out of all the nasty Grace Hecht signs all around the county, why did this dude choose the only one that was posted right in front of a camera? Convenience? Coincidence? And why was the entire thing filmed without any interference at all? Don't you think the questions need answers? Don't you just love the way Grace plays the victim and labels people criminal when her own affiliates are indeed criminal?
You know, a few months ago, I was invited to do a speaking engagement by Colorado River Associations, and a woman named Rose Jenkins started priming me. Now, I've done speaking a lot. I'm actually a very good motivational speaker. I knew I was being vested, and I knew it was because of my outspoken views about corruption and mismanagement in Bullhead City. I didn't know that Rose Jenkins and the Colorado River Women's Association was in process of trying to blackball me from speaking. They voted not to allow me to speak at an event they were involved in because I spoke out against Grace with Make Bullhead Better in a way that they did not approve. So they decided I'm not allowed to have an opinion. Did I mention this event was for empowering women surviving from abuse?
And that's why I'm endorsed by our incoming mayor, Rodney Head. I work with fighters like Senator Hildy Angus, who's endorsed me because she knows that I get things done.
Yeah, I know. Y'all wake up. Wake up, Bullhead City.